so glad you joined us. We are always looking forward to spending time with you any chance we get. I'm Jenny Remsberg.
And I'm Chrys Howard, and you found It's a Mom Thing on YouTube, and we're so happy that you joined us. If this is your first time, we have a few others that you could go back and look at later. But if it's your first time, we sure do welcome you, and we're so glad that you've joined us. We think we've got some great information for you today. So hang
Yes,
there.
we're excited about lots of tips, lots of suggestions of ways, things that we learned, things that we knew because our parents did them, things that we have just now found out. We've just put together a whole list of great things that will help you. We hope that we'll put more things in your mommy toolbox to help raise our children the way we want them to be raised.
As a matter of fact, we had so many we had to put the papers in front of us
Yes.
this time. Sometimes we try to memorize, but sometimes we just can't do it. So anyway,
Well,
and look at us, looking all summery and
we look like
trendy.
Easter kind of, and it's already passed.
Yeah, we're kind of trendy in the off the shoulder and the flouncy, look.
We're so trendy.
Yeah, we are. If nothing, we're trendy.
Chris says,
Speaking of trendy, I have to tell you, my grandkids started a Snapchat family.
oh, that's
group.
fun.
Yeah, so you guys, there's a lot of negative things about Snapchat and all those other things, but look for the ways that you can use them in your family in a good way. So we started our Snapchat
Easy
family,
for you to say.
which Snapchatting is difficult for me because you have to take a picture pretty much and then say what you're going to say, and the kids love it because they're just like snapping themselves all the time. And I'm like, you do not want to see me 10 times a day on your
Well,
picture
they might.
thing.
They
So
might.
anyway, in one day, I just got to see what so many of my kids were doing, through
I know.
Snapchat.
I love
so
to see that.
It really is fun.
I do. I love to see those that I love that they've all when they go on and they have subscribe or whatever,
Yeah,
they hook you up with them.
That's right.
Okay,
They
I love
add
it.
you
I
to-
love to
add
see.
you to
Thank
their
you.
thing. That's what
Thank
that is.
you.
Here we are trying to talk all trendy, and we don't even know the terms, but we do
We're
have.
learning.
We do have the off-the-shoulder new trend.
In fact, I've worn that a whole bunch.
You have.
Chris
Yeah.
teases me because every time we get together, I do my hair different. I said, that's the point of long hair, so I
She's
can
so
do
good
something
at it.
different. It's really a cheat. That's what it is. It's a
she's
cheat.
good.
When I don't really want to fix it, it's just like, I want to fix it, I just fix it. Throw it up,
I
throw it
don't
to the
just
side.
like fix it. I just like curling out. Yep,
That's
done.
fixing it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Quick.
Anyway,
All right,
enough.
so here we have some things for you today, or kind of just some mom tips that maybe you wish you knew before you had kids, or some things that we've gathered information on over the years. And if you're just now starting in your mom journey, maybe we'll help you avoid some of
A
those
lot.
pitfalls that could happen later on. Or if you're further down the road, it's always great to be reinforced about what you're doing, or maybe learn something new. And so
I
even
agree.
for us, we love that.
I agree.
All right.
So we're going to start with one. The first one is my mom. Everyone called her Grandma Margie. So as my mom would always say, comparisons are odorous. Now, I love that because I'm one of 7 children, and my mother would never allow comparisons. Would not. In other words, comparisons are odorous were her ladylike way of saying comparisons stink. They do. And they cause a lot of strife. In other words, we don't want to compare ourselves to anyone, and we don't want to compare our children to each other. That is not a thing that builds the love among siblings. We want to celebrate each one of their differences.
Well, and here's the thing, speaking of trendy, it's so easy today to compare yourself as a mom to that mom that has the perfect Instagram feed. She uses the very same filter on every picture, and it's just adorable. And it's so easy to compare yourself. So we don't want to, as moms, young moms especially, don't get into that trap of comparing yourself to anybody else. You be who you are.
I couldn't possibly compare myself to anyone on Instagram. I have followers, but I just neglect to post sometimes. I'm working at it though.
Yeah,
I'm
all
working
right.
on it.
A number 2 thing that we found very valuable as we were raising our kids was to circle the wagons. It's just like those Wild West shows when the Indians were coming, they would get their wagons in a circle to help them defeat who they thought at the time were the Indians. So here's the deal. As a mom, you're going to need to find those friends, those trusted friends and family members that when the tough times come, and trust us, they will come, whether it's...
Or just challenges.
Just challenges,
Yeah.
and being a parent, that you can circle those wagons around you, that you've got somebody to kind of help you and protect you through some of those tough times.
Absolutely. The third one is look for the rainbow. I always say look for the party. Well, look for the rainbow in this instance is as you're going through stages and seasons, focus on the end result and know that it's not going to last forever. Always look forward so you don't get stuck in the here and now of, is this ever going to end? Am I ever going to sleep again? Am I ever going to have clean clothes again when I go out? Any number of things, whatever your stage is, whatever you're challenged with, just know this too will pass.
Right, and every little stage that your child goes through, you will look at that stage and think, oh my word, am I ever going to get past having to tell him this or her that? And trust us, it will happen. You will. There is a rainbow at the end of... Wait, no, there's a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow? Yeah,
well, that's what they say. Either way, you will come through it.
You will come through it.
You will come through it.
All right, here's another thing that I kind of wish I had realized before, but I certainly realize now. Mealtime can be your greatest challenge. I did not foresee that our little people want to eat 3 times a day, if not more than that.
I was going to say, where were you? My kids were more than that.
Oh my goodness. And so here's the thing, as you're thinking through this whole mealtime thing, now you got some great resources with everything online to help you out. You've also got some great resources with things like HelloFresh and different things that can deliver some food to your house. And you also have great resources in your husbands. They can maybe be great cooks. I know that my daughter's husband cooks and grills and does all those kind of things. So just if you go ahead and go into parenting knowing mealtime can be a challenge because you've got to feed everybody every day.
I think probably the best way, and this can seem a little daunting or a little threatening maybe, but the best offense for this is to write out just a group of meals that your family enjoys, and then you can switch them around each week, but have some sort of plan. And when my kids were small, I also homeschooled, and I would start dinner at breakfast. I mean, I'm now I don't have as predictable a household as I did then, but I still have to think ahead because mine are usually there for the evening or want to eat when they get home in the evening.
Right.
But if you can get some kind of plan, just start making a note of different meals that your kids or y'all like or they're easy for you. And I always also kept a set group of ingredients in my pantry for an emergency type thing. If I got caught up and I was late, I could always have a go-to.
And Jenny is really a great cook and loves to cook, and so for her, that's kind of an easy thing to do. One thing that I did for myself, and again, you're going to go through so many stages with your kids. This might be like the 3 years while they're in elementary school, or this might be what we did in junior high. It's going to be different.
You got to stay flexible.
But there was a time with mine that we did real predictable. Like we had Taco Tuesday and
that's
pizza on Friday.
Spaghetti on Wednesday.
Spaghetti on Wednesday.
Yes.
And that way, you kind of sound like the lunchroom lady at the school cafeteria, but it helps you with your sanity.
Still, because my mother did that, we still want spaghetti on Wednesdays in our separate families. It's so funny. My mother always made pizza so we could watch Lawrence Welk on Saturday nights. And we love pizza on Saturdays. I mean, it's funny, but it's true.
So those kinds of things that you kind of think, oh, that's boring and all that, those are the things that your kids will hang on to.
Those are your safety hacks.
Those are your family traditions. That's right. All right.
Absolutely. Number 5, everyone has good days and everyone has bad days.
We might as well realize that
Absolutely.
right now.
Your baby may be having a hard day the same time you are. Guess who the adult is? But cut yourself some slack. Don't have such high expectations. If you're having a hard time, just relax, let go of some of the expectations and find a way to make it through the day, because guess what? When you wake up in the morning, it's a new day. Just like the word says, sorrow may endure for a night. Maybe that's just frustration may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning.
Well, and then it's also important to remember that that little person in your life isn't going to be just happy every minute of every day.
No.
Because they are just like you. You're not either.
And they can't express themselves
cut
well.
them a little slack.
Yeah.
That, okay, you're having a rough day today. And
Right.
then you just move on.
Exactly.
All right.
Move on is the key.
Move on. Number 6, and I really love this one.
too.
Trust your mommy instincts. This was something that was told to me very early in my parenting journey, and I was so happy they did, because by now there are so many parenting books out there. We've even contributed to the pile. My daughter Corey and I have a book called Strong and Kind out there, which I recommend. It's a great book. But there's so many books out there when sometimes we just need to trust our own gut instinct for what we need to do with the little people in our lives.
You know, I think we both feel that way because we both had moms, as we've said before, that were strong. Not strong, aggressive, but just we never questioned that they were in control,
Right.
that they had everything handled. They were wonderful at getting all of us to work with them. And I'll tell you, my mother always made me feel like I knew the best way, even when I was clueless at times, right after I had my first child. She'd say, you know what you're doing, whether you feel like you do or not.
Right.
Because God put it in us. And I think it's so important for us to understand, no, really, you do know your baby. You really do. That's what God put inside of
And
you.
people do joke all the time and saying they don't come with an instruction book. Well, they don't. But I think that's because God put those instructions in us. Now, we're
Right.
not going to know everything, but we're going to grow with our babies just like our babies grow. We will grow too.
That's right.
All right, the next thing to remember, and this is so important, you will not be perfect. I know before you had children, you thought you would be the perfect mom. And
We have plans.
We probably all thought that. I have a friend who jokes about his youngest daughter waited way longer than his other daughters to have children. And when she was pregnant with that first child, he would say, oh, I can't wait to see the perfect child, because she always talked about, the other children and not that round, they were not that perfect. But the reality is no child is perfect, and you will neither be the perfect parent. And we just, again, have to accept that. That's what reality is. And kids actually are okay if they see us a little bit imperfect, because that just makes us normal humans.
It brings them into reality.
That's right.
And it
that's when
takes
we
the
can
pressure
say-
off you and them.
That's when we can say, whoops, mom has made a mistake and we need to do something else with this situation. And that's quite all right.
The next one is one that I had to learn. I think I knew it.
Right.
But I lived in Denver. I lived away from all my family when I had Victoria. And then we moved here. And in any case, the next one is other people are capable of taking care of your child. My roommates from college would want me to go do something, or they got married after I did. And they'd say, she's going to be fine if you leave her with someone else. We all had babysitters. We're all here. I was like, yes, but it's not because I don't think somebody can. I just can't get enough of her. I had wanted to be a mom since I was 10 years old. And I just wanted to be with her all the time and see all of her first. But I realized I broke myself in slowly. We took her, when she was 3, we took her on a trip and took my sister Marianne with us so that we could have some alone time. But she was still there. I know it's kind of crazy, but it wasn't that way with the other 3. It wasn't, because, part of it is, okay, are they really going to do it the way I do it? It's okay if they don't.
Right.
It's okay if they make a mess. You can clean it up later. But your mom, a family member, a trusted friend, let yourself have a break. It's really, really important to do that.
And realize, really, you can fix anything that, even if it does get messed up a little bit, you can fix it. You're the mom. You're with
Right.
them all the time. It's not a big deal.
Yes.
That's fine. All right, now here's something to remember. A trip to Walmart at 10 o'clock at night does not hold the same power it did when you were a college student and you were just like, woohoo, having a great time at 10 o'clock.
Or that was the norm for your shopping
But
time.
anytime you can get away without your kids can be a great time of celebration. And this is just kind of like the last one, and we're just saying this to say, do not hesitate to leave your kids with daddy and let him take over the responsibility. But at the same time, don't be a control freak. Don't come back saying, why didn't you do this? Why is this done here? Why is the baby here? Why is the laundry here? No, if you leave them with dad, and we certainly encourage you to do that,
Yes.
leave them with them.
They're gonna be
and they will
okay.
be fine.
Both of them.
Yes, both of them.
Both dad and child or children. Both
Right.
sides, they're going to be fine.
They will make it. They'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay, this one I'll tell you, it's not just for little people, it's all the way through. You will become a human sponge. Whatever your children feel, you're going to feel. If they're happy, you're going to be so happy. If they're sad and they're hurting, you will feel that. You will feel it, and it's not fun. The important thing is try to get to the point that at the end of the day you can squeeze all that out and try to start fresh every morning. My daughter, like I said earlier in another show, she's graduating or has graduated, and all the way through college, everything that she went through for different reasons, I feel. And I am a bit of an empath anyway. I feel what most anybody feels if they're around me and they're expressing it. But I'm going to tell you something. There's something really precious about those kids, and you do feel it. But you've got to have enough self-discipline to put some boundaries on that. Feel it, pray over them, and release it. You've got to.
And it is hard because it just comes out of the fact that we love them so much.
That's right.
That we can't stand to see them go through some tough times or having to make tough decisions, and we feel that with them.
Mm-hmm.
But for their sake, we have to let it go and let them handle it.
And for ours,
and for our sake, or
I think for our sakes even
Yes.
more, literally,
Mm-hmm.
because we still have to carry on the next day. The next day they wake up in a new world and everything's great. So we've got to do that.
Because they're kids and they
That's
do
right.
that. All right, the last thing that you need to remember, especially if you're just now embarking on this journey of being a mom, is to realize that your kids are not mini yous. You know, that's kind of a big trendy expression now, that this is my little mini me.
Yeah, no, mini me.
And but here's the reality: your child, no matter how much they look like you
Or act like you.
are not you.
They're individuals.
They are their own person. And
That's right.
I have a sweet aunt, and she had a daughter, and when she was little, she would dress her exactly like her. I mean, like the bow, the hair,
Oh, my
everything
gracious.
matched. But as she got older, it became very clear that this child was not the mini of this mother. And she went on to grow up and just become an amazing adult. And the mom is too, of course. But eventually the mom had to say, wow. And the daughter said, I don't want to wear my hair like that. And the mom had to realize that she's not.
You got to let them out of your box.
You actually have to do that. And then, praise God that they are different than you are. And celebrate, as Jenny always says, celebrate the differences in each one of your children.
We don't just want to tolerate
No.
them. We want to celebrate them.
Exactly right. So enjoy each of your children the way that they were given to you by God.
Amen.
Well, that's all we have for you today. We hope there's something in this that can help you in your mom journey. If you've missed any of our shows, you can just look on YouTube and find them there. You can follow us on our Instagram page, which is a.mom.thing, Facebook page, as well as
our website, momthing.com. And if you get a chance and you know moms that would like encouragement, please feel free to share us with them and subscribe to our channel. If you haven't yet, subscribe and share us with others, because we'd love to be a part of touching hearts and changing lives at any point that we are available to do it.
We're going to be on the line for a little while to answer any questions, or if you have some hints or ideas that you'd like us to talk about in the future, just send them our way.
Yes.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.